Hey guys, we are at Owara again, and we are at I think it's the 01 GP or the 01 GP maybe. So it's going to be a mixture of drifting. There's a kind of super tight queue endurance sprint race, I guess, for K cars, and then also there's off-roading. So yeah, without further ado, let's get in there and let's watch some cars. It absolutely tipped it down yesterday. There's a huge monsoon storm, so I brought the Delica Mini today, and I'm glad I did instead of the GTR, because the car park here is kind of rather bogged. Thankfully the Delica Mini is four-wheel drive, as you know, and yeah, not a problem. I kind of wish I brought my Jimny along though, because I could have taken it on the off-road course. Still considering going home and getting it and coming back, but I think we've seen this four-door before at the Hiragi meeting. Very nice. I do like four-door. This is a really nice chaser. I like the two-tone actually. It's a very subtle two-tone, but it is two-tone. And we've got a lot of Jimnys, pretty much all Jimnys actually, in fact, apart from one Land Cruiser. I saw this JA11 and I spoke to the owner about the headlights, because I've never seen one with square headlights or rectangles, and it's an Indonesian specific version. So that's cool. I've never seen one. I quite like it with the square headlights as opposed to kind of the round headlights like my one has. So this black JA11 Jimny next to the Land Cruiser would be the one that I have a ride in later in the day. So these are the K cars. So the K cars there's limited modifications to them, but the biggest thing is the tyre choice. They're all running the same size tyres. So this Sawoka factory liveried SA is the car that's owned by the event organizer and is his team car. So I believe there's 4 drivers, each has to do a 15-minute stint, and I think there's some rule or something where basically when they come in to change drivers, one person has to basically down a can of Coke or something, and then they can leave. So there's like a time penalty as well. Yeah, some really nice cars here. I just spotted this in the car park. K-Works. Well, not K-Works, I don't think, it's just a K, but it's lifted mad high. That's really cool. I like that. I think I've seen him riding about before. Almost walked past this. 635 CSI. That's clean. Left-hand drive. Yeah, that's nice. Euro R, like that. The cool cars. Mad wheels on that. So during the morning, the K cars had a qualifying session. This would determine the starting positions on the grid for the race later in the day. They were running a reverse order setup, so the fastest car in this K class would be at the back of the grid and the slowest car would be at the front of the grid. With qualifying finished, it was time for the amateur drift class.
So I was lucky enough to get a ride in the off-road course. While I was waiting for my turn, I was checking out this beautiful JA11. Like I said, it's an Indonesian front spec car, but the whole of the car was just very clean. So here's Ryosuke-san. He was the event organizer, but as you can see, he was also providing forms of entertainment. He decided he wanted to take his little moped on the off-road course.ジムニーすごいね。はい。結構強いんで。こういう角度になっております。おお、上手。はい、ありがとうございます。全く同じように走ってもつまらないと思うので、ちょっと早めに走ってみます。ちょっとラリーっぽくて楽しいかな。そうそう。今結構フルブレーキなんですよ。車が落ちていく。すごい。本当にありがとうございます。あ、いえいえ。 Next, spectators were able to enter into a competition where they would have Daihatsu SAs, totally stock form, the rear tyres swapped out for skinny tyres, you would perform a slalom and then try and handbrake turn into a parking spot. This proved pretty entertaining, lots of failures but also a couple of successes. So, with lunch out of the way, it was time to start the K-Car sprint battle. As you can see, before drivers entered the cars, they were required to down a can of Coke. This was even at driver changes, so it was a 1 hour race, 4 drivers, each having to complete 15-minute stints. This race started off fairly uneventful, but as you'll see, the weather had other things in mind. So the first official casualty of the race was the Suzuki Alto. Somehow the front wheel had decided to fall off. Because of this, all the cars were turned to the pit so that the car could be recovered. Once the Suzuki Alto had been recovered, the cars were all sent back out again for a rolling restart. The Suzuki Alto that had the wheel fall off, the front wheel arch had been damaged, so that was taken off and then a new wheel put on and then sent back into the race. Just over halfway through the race, it decided it wanted to start raining, but as you'll see, what was a slight drizzle of rain soon became a heavy monsoon. With the car coming off the track over the far corner, all cars were returned to the pits and it was restarted from the pit area once the car had been recovered.
Owara Circuit の休憩所の中の方でやっておりますので、ドリフト登場走行まだ乗ってない方で、登場走行再60クラスドリフト走行となります。
And with that, it was the end of the event. There was a closing ceremony as well as an awards ceremony. It was such a great day. I had a lot of fun. There was so much laughter from everybody. Everyone was just having a really great time. There was just a really nice kind of friendship. Even if you didn't know the people, everybody treated you like a friend. I'd like to say a big thank you to the event organizers and all of the staff for hosting such a fun event. It was really great. Like I said, I met many new people, I hung out with friends, and all in all, it was just an awesome day. I'm really looking forward to the next one.